Good evening, folks. Thanks for coming in. Hope you're having a good week so far. Apologies for the last 2 nights. Cancellations, these things happen. Couldn't be helped. However, we do, as you see, I've got Laura with me tonight.
Hi.
Very rare occasion. A very rare appearance. Anyway, Laura's here, and we are rejoined by this lovely young lady on the other side, all the way from sunny Aberdeen, Mahlana Knowles.
Hello.
Who's still freezing, but we'll get by. We'll get there.
Oh no.
Sorry.
It's fine, though. It's fine. Sometimes the internet doesn't work great. So Mahlana was with us, I don't know what I said, about 3 weeks ago.
Mhm.
Was it? Something like that?
Yeah. Mhm.
Is it Hadley?
Hadley.
That's my cousin.
Yeah.
Evening, Hadley. And we were talking about, I'm on Friday night. I had Barry Frank shown on Sunday night there, and I swear for the first 5-10 minutes, what was it like? It was just like a jumble sale of words. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
I got his name wrong and all the rest of it. And there's my wife who's at the other end of the hall watching. So Mahlana is and there's Laura's other half. Oh, look at that soap here. What? Look,
Oh.
my beautiful wife. That's because he's ate all your cold meat.
Hello. Wow.
Nice one delivery day, and she says no doubt they've scoffed all the cold meat. So that's why he's saying that. He's trying to, get in the good books before you go home and discover the gammon is gone.
Yep.
No more gammon for you. You know what I mean? Anyway, as I was saying, last time Mahlana was on, she was telling us, nae the cold meat.
I don't know.
She's saying, "Oh no, nae the cold meat."
Not the cold meat.
Aye.
Right.
It's like, what?
I'll go check Mel has. He's going to be Mel's Laura's daughter.
Thank you.
He's going to blame Mel if he's not there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he's going to do. One of the cats. Sorry.
Oh, I know.
So I'll try again. So Mahlana was with us about 3 weeks ago, and she does the tarot cards. I found her on TikTok. Not that I was stalking her or anything. I just happened to come upon her. What?
I've seen nothing.
You got that face on you?
Oh no, this is just my resting face.
Right, okay. And she has had quite an incredible journey, haven't you? First of all, actually, I never asked how you were.
I'm good. I'm really good, thank you. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
We're good. We're good. The weather's been crap down here, but
Yeah.
It's been crap here as well.
It's pelting with rain. It always seems to rain at 3 o'clock when I go to get the wee into school. It's sunny all day and about 5 to 3, the clouds just appear and it's just, I think it does it on purpose. You know what I mean? But we're not here to talk about weather. We're here to talk about Mahlana. So you have had quite an incredible journey, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. It's been a journey, that's for sure, definitely.
But
Definitely.
as we said the last time, you come out the other end and you're smiling.
Mhm. I just hit 6 months clean and sober, so that's a massive achievement for me.
Because you always see me out and about and using hairbrushes and telling. Why do people do that actually as microphones?
Because it's my microphone. Whatever I can find at the time, it's either a hairbrush, a remote, a pen, just whatever.
Okay.
It's my microphone.
Did you do it as well?
I can't possibly disclose that information at this point of time.
Just pick up a pen and fiddle when you're singing in. That's people's. It's a thing, isn't it?
You never know what goes on in somebody's home.
What goes on behind closed doors stays behind closed doors, isn't that right?
Exactly.
So you talk about your husband mankini fetish. I've seen the photograph.
You might remember that when I've
No,
got a few videos in here. We'd like to, we'll have a wee look, Scott.
Both my deals.
Oh, jumping Scott, dancing,
No, you like
singing. What would we like to see?
I don't get drunk all that often, Mahlana, but when I do, I'm partial to a wee tune on YouTube. As everybody is, you know, and you that kind of tune that's kind of catchy and your foot starts going, you know. And,
One of them, man.
before you know it, you're up in the living room floor dancing away.
Mhm.
Well, what about your husband?
I have no control over my husband. He's a man.
I've got my daughter. I've got my daughters. Are you like to say hello, baby girl? No. I've got my 10-year-old who's sneaking up the hall.
Oh,
She's very nice. Yeah? Okay.
hi.
You say hello? Oh, I should pretending.
You were having your own personal karaoke last night.
Yes, I was. Oh, who?
Yeah.
Your daughter?
I was as well, but
I was too every day.
he's gonna get. I'm having words with him another one. What's she saying?
You having your own personal karaoke last night?
It's what?
What's she going in a woman's living room? Just stay
I
there.
don't care. I don't want to know what goes on in your living room.
Shut up.
I mean, I've known you and Craig long enough, and I really don't want to know anyway. Anyway, we're just talking crap basically now, aren't we?
That's all right.
I always go south. Don't worry about it.
We did get complaints a couple of years ago because people were saying, you know, you're meant to be a paranormal show, but you don't talk paranormal. I said, well, we do talk paranormal, you know, most of the time.
Yeah.
But I think it's good just to kind of mix
It's
it
good
up.
to speak about a load of different things, different topics. I think that's good as well.
I know, talk, because I'm Glaswegian, so we talk crap all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's in our blood to talk crap, basically. You don't agree with me.
Not at all, Scott.
This is what Scott and Laura always like when they get together. I'm the more sensible one. You know what I mean? Anyway, so how's the tarots going? What's happening in the tarot world?
It's going good. It's going really good. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I actually really enjoy it. I think it's good. You know.
And as said before, it's quite a good distraction.
Yeah, it keeps me busy. You know, I've got a few folk asking for like private readings and stuff like that. You know, so it's something that I would do. You know.
Yeah, because I'd mentioned the last time you were in to start looking at venues.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. It's a really good idea, actually.
Yeah, look at your local community centres and stuff like that, because a lot of them are free.
Are they?
Yes. They don't
I didn't
advertise.
even know
See? Because they don't advertise it. Bowling clubs as well. A lot of them will be free as well. See, as long as you buy the drink or something.
Yeah.
They're usually quite accommodating these kind of things, honestly.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. That is something that I definitely would want to get into, you know, doing that for like a job or something, you know?
Well, just use it as a whole, as first, and then
Yeah.
build it up.
Yeah.
It's always word of mouth is always the best way of getting more interest in what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And the same form of advertising, I think it is as well. You know, you can spend hundreds or whatever, you know, advertising your stuff, but there's no better way than somebody recommending you to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know, and the only thing about TikTok is I spoke to Barry about this on Sunday night. It seems to be flooded. Have you not found this, Mahlana, that it's getting flooded with tarot readers and overnight mediums and all? You know, suddenly everybody's a medium.
Yeah, I noticed that. There's like a lot of trolls as well on TikTok. Like, it's just there's a lot of horrible, weird people on TikTok as well, you know.
Aye, that's the only thing. I don't know if they had any bother with trolls.
Oh, I do, but I've got moderators. Like my cousin, she's a moderator. She does not put up with anything. She just blocks straight away, you know.
I think that's the best way to deal with them. We've had trolls. We used to get a few because we used to do our shows on Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook stopped all third-party streaming platforms.
Oh, okay.
About a year ago or something.
Oh.
Yeah, major problems, remember?
Aye, they just stopped. So there was a lot of paranormal groups that were kind of like in the same boat as us. You know, kind of things. Well, what do? We can't go on Facebook anymore. So that's how we just stick to. We'd always done YouTube, but we're just going to have to stick to YouTube. Sounds like a hard one, this.
She doesn't put up with what I put up with. I put up with quite a lot, but she's like, nope.
No, you're quite right. Is it Hadley or Hadley? Hadley.
Hardly.
I'm crap at pronouncing names, by the way.
It's okay, don't worry.
I think I struggled with your name the first time as well.
Yeah, and you spelled it wrong as well. You put the H in the wrong place, but it's okay. It is a very strange name, so don't worry.
Did I spell your name? Have I spelled your name right?
You spelled it right this time, aye.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I didn't even notice I spelled it right. My spelling's terrible.
It's okay. It's the H in my name that throws people off because it's a silent H, you know, so people are not sure how to pronounce it, you know.
Well, as long as I got it right this time, though, that's...
You have, it's good. Don't worry.
Somebody tends to pull me up for my spelling.
Aye. My spelling's not the greatest either. I don't know the difference between a lot of the words. Like your and your, I don't know the difference between them. You know?
Your and your? Or
like Y-O-U-R or Y-O-U-R, whatever it is, E. I don't know the difference between them. I just put U-R.
So you are.
You are?
You are. You.
Yeah, I don't know the difference between all them, like.
Right.
Well, they're there and there.
Right, all right, Mum.
Literature lesson, guys.
No. You imagine an English literature we used
literature
lesson half a glass region.
Banana.
Is this your nickname?
Mahlana Banana. Who's that? I don't know who that is, but yeah, I get called that a lot.
Obviously somebody that knows you.
Yeah.
So do you get a lot of trouble with trolls?
Yeah, I do. I do, yes. Especially sharing my journey, they'll come in and just be not nice, you know.
See, to me that's totally wrong. I mean, your journeys, you know, obviously it's not for me to get into your past and stuff like that, but you know, we know what you've been through, you know, what happened in the past and that, and folks should be encouraging.
I do have a lot of encouragement, but there is quite a lot of trolls. I think they're just miserable.
Well, yeah.
You know?
I was going to say that a lot of trolls will be looking at you as an inspiration, but they don't have the positivity, the attitude, might not have the support you have in order to pull themselves from that part of their life they want to. And so, as a defense mechanism, that is how they attack you. It's not their thing, it's mainly to do with the addiction and how you've combated that.
Yeah.
I don't think personally you, it's more, this is what it's done to my life. I can't seem to pull myself together, and so you get that. But that's an unfair thing. That's selfish on their part, not on yours. You know?
Yeah.
So I get that.
But that's the only thing about social media. You do get all these idiots want to try and wind you up, or they're jealous, or you know, whatever. And there's nothing. The only thing you can do about it is what Hadley does is just, you know, kick them straight out. I mean, we've we had a guy strip off one night when we were. I'm
What?
talking ball naked, not even a sock on. I was a lot of good a feeling for Australia, and back then we would let people join in the live. You know, it would come up so and so wants to join, so you would click them in basically. And
Aye.
one we were doing the live, and it came up. It was actually they used a friend of yours' name. I don't have a clue how they did it, but it came up. So and so wants to join, so we let them in, and it was a guy in his house in his hall, and he was doing a wee jig, but he just took everything off.
Oh
And
my God.
it took us a few seconds to actually realise what he was doing.
Yeah.
Were you with us at the time?
No, I was there.
Or just before your time?
This is way before
Oh my
time.
God.
And it took us a few seconds to realise he's stripping off.
Oh my God, what?
We were sitting
That's
there
horrible.
watching how far he'd go. That sounds bad, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I can't keep it wrong.
Like the full Monty.
Aye, but we were seeing, is he going to go to film? And he did. So I was out to stop with to cut the live. And luckily the guest was on, she was in fit. She thought this was hilarious, you know. But we to delete the live, otherwise we'd get a striker, and we just started again. Basically, I thought, you know, I've seen it all now. You know,
God, that's mental.
you wonder what what was going through his mind at the time.
I don't know. What?
Go on the internet and I'm going to be a film on it, so because you know there's nothing on the telly or something. I don't know. So, but we have had one or two instances, not like that. You know, that was a one-up. But we've had other kind of strange things happen on the show, and that's the thing about being live. You know,
Yeah.
then if you mess up or something, you can just go back and start again. But with your own live, you just don't know.
I know. God.
Sorry.
Doesn't when you're done.
What?
You done?
Aye. I just remember when you fell off the chair. That was all. Sorry.
Aye, no, we're not talking me falling off a chair. That's no. But I fell off a chair. I was on a show one night, and it wasn't our show. I was a guest on it. No, actually, what it was a regular show that I went on a Saturday night. It was a guy from Alaska that done it, and we'd go on a Saturday night at tea time, and we just talked a load of crap. But one night, and it was a table I was sitting on. Actually, it wasn't a stool.
So it was.
I was sitting on this table, and we started. I took this fit of laughing, and I laughed that much that I actually physically moved to the edge of the table with it, and I felt myself going like that, and I reached out and I realised I'd run out of table. All you heard was, "Oh shit!" I was gone.
Was that live as well?
Aye, that was on a live as well.
Oh God. I'd have been mortified.
We weren't actually, we weren't very professional back then. Do you know what I mean? As time goes on, you kind of evolve a wee bit. Same as yourself. I mean, what were your first TikToks like?
Not good at all. Rubbish. I couldn't edit. I'm getting better at it now with the editing, but I couldn't edit them, and I didn't know what to say. Like, yeah, they weren't that great. You know, I look back at them, I'm like, what was I thinking? But they're getting a little bit better now, I think.
It just takes time, you know. You're not really sure what to say. We were the exact same when we started. You kind of right, what do I say? Because you've never done it before.
Yeah.
You know, and then I think it's going to sound maybe condescending. I think that might be the right word. You can tell me if I'm wrong.
Right.
That it might be because the journey you were on, you hadn't done anything with that before.
Yeah.
And that made you more nervous because you weren't sure how you were going to be received.
Exactly, you know. I'm well aware that I'm going to be judged, but like I've had a lot of support, so it is nice, you know. And there's like I get a lot of messages from people saying that my videos cheer them up and things like that, so it's nice, you know.
Oh, your videos are they really definitely cheer you up, especially when you're singing into a hairbrush. Or have you bought I need to ask you, have you bought a bin yet?
No, it's still my washing basket. No, I'm not bought, haven't bought a bin yet. That's next on my list.
Uses a washing basket as a bin, but Jesus. For Aberdeen. But that should explain a lot. You know what I mean?
At least she's using some.
But exactly. She's not throwing it out.
It's all
But,
good.
you know, so she's for Aberdeen, so we'll look at that. I love Aberdeen. I
That's
think
quite normal for up here, though, you know.
it's, don't get me wrong, I've seen some strange sights in Aberdeen, especially Union Street at like 5, 6 in the morning.
Aye.
Very, very similar to Edinburgh. Glasgow's well, actually. You know, and you wonder how some of these people function. You know, I saw a guy once in Aberdeen Union Street with a mini skirt on, and you're going to think I'm kidding, but I'm not. He had a mini skirt on and a pair of wellies and what do you call them?
Boob tube.
He was showing the belly off.
Lovely.
Aye.
Crop top.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Just, I was sitting in the truck just looking, I'm thinking, you know, where are you going? or where have you been just like that? You know, is there some kind of club that insists you wear wellies or something? I mean, not that I'm perfect, or you know, far from it, but when you're sitting in your truck about 5, half 5 in the morning, Union Street,
Right.
and you see this guy in a mini skirt with wellies and a crop top on. Like, well, that's something you don't see every day.
Quite normal for Aberdeen. Aberdeen's a very odd place.
Quite normal, aye. So, what about have you thought any more about the paranormal side of things?
Well, I'm hoping I'm going to get taken out so I can come and see what yous do. You know, if there's anybody up here, I don't know.
Well, we're going to Inverness. When are we going to Inverness?
The 23rd.
23rd.
Yes, I love Inverness. Inverness is beautiful.
Inverness is lovely. Laura and her husband's not looking forward to the drive. So you're getting a wee bit of slack in you because you're washing basket.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's because
Let's all chip in and buy the lassie a bin. What do you think? Start a
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe. That's the other thing that gets me about TikTok. I don't know if you've noticed it, Mahlana. All these folks setting up GoFundMes for stuff.
yeah, I've noticed that, and I think a lot of it's like scams and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I can't stand debate. I mean, if you're really in dire straits, fair enough. But there's one woman on there wanting to set up a GoFundMe so she can have a better lifestyle.
Aye.
That's
What? But there's a lot of vulnerable people on that app that, you know, a lot of the people, a lot of them like get taken advantage of, you know, and it's a shame. Because there is a lot of vulnerable, lonely people on that app that's just, you know, wanting to speak to anybody, you know, and they just get taken advantage of. It's a bloody shame.
But see, that's the thing. There's no very much folk can do about it.
I know.
But there's always going to be people out there that'll jump.
Are folk actually donating so she can get a better lifestyle? Are folk actually giving her money for that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Aye. folk are donating
God.
£10 there, stuff like that.
What?
And it's like, do you know, yeah, every, you know, there's millions of folk out there that want a better lifestyle, but
Mhm.
they go out and work, like say yourself, you know, you don't go begging for money or nothing like that. You know, if you want a better lifestyle, then get up and do it yourself, basically.
Mhm. It's like when people send me gifts on TikTok, I tell people like, I'm not looking for gifts. You don't need to send gifts, you know. But if they want to send it, they do, you know. But I'm not looking for anything like that, you know.
Tell them to send Lego and send it down here.
Aye, you like your Legos, yeah?
Can I leave now?
No, you can leave until the show's over. I'm a big Lego fan. So tell them if you guys send me Lego, Formula
Right.
One Lego, and
Okay.
then send.
I wouldn't have the patience for Lego.
Me
It's quite therapeutic.
Is it?
Aye, it is. It's just sitting. I mean, it was Sarah that got me back into it. She started like a year and a half ago with the Harry Potter stuff, and I was like, check you out, building Lego, your age kind of thing, you know. And then I saw they done Formula One Lego, so that was me. That was me hooked.
Aye.
And it's quite therapeutic just sitting. You see your husband, send him a block at a time. You and I will talk tomorrow, small chap.
Small chap.
But no, it does. It's quite therapeutic sitting there, and then once you've finished it, you know, and you sit back and look at what you built, whether it's a house or I don't know, whatever.
Aye.
It's a wee feeling of accomplishment.
Oh.
No,
So I was fed up me talking about Lego.
don't bet it.
We're planning to head up your way, so you need to show some good sites
There's a few places up here.
because I don't actually know any teams in Aberdeen.
Do you not? No, there is a few places up here, like abandoned hospitals and stuff like that, you know.
So we don't have that here.
No, we don't have like abandoned hospitals or things like that. Things here. But obviously, there's abandoned like stately homes and there's the odd castle. But even then, they're in a completely dilapidated state, so you've really got to be, you know, completely careful. But really, apart from graveyards, there's really not that much to investigate. That's it.
There isn't. I mean, there's one castle up your way I like to do. It's sits on the coast. I done a story about it years ago. It's near Stonehaven.
Oh yeah. It's just I know exactly what that is. I can't think of the name, but I know where you're on about. Yeah.
I done a story on it way back. I know it's only about the Stonehaven area. I'd like to do that and Fifey Castle, but I don't know if you can investigate there or not.
I'm not sure. There's Crathis Castle. That would be a good one as well.
But I'd like to get into an old asylum.
Oh, aye.
Glenadee Hospital. That was an old. That's like abandoned now, but there's a new hospital beside it. But the old Glenadee Hospital used to be like a mental asylum.
Oh wow, that's.
Do you know if it's got a big basement?
I have no idea.
Well, you do realise I can see your faces that you put on the camera.
I don't know. Probably.
I love old basements, old abandoned basements. I don't know what it is. It's just got a certain appeal to me. I like them doing, and no, I'm not creepy or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? Laura, I can see your face. You forget.
I'm sorry. This is why right. I'll compose myself, right?
You're making us look like pure idiots, dear.
Absolutely. So sorry.
try and maintain your professionalism somewhat, please. I mean, it's just, you know, would you venture into a dark basement yourself?
Not myself, probably not. No.
Listen, you see what? Spirit can't harm you.
I know, but like, I don't think I'd go myself. What if I got stuck?
Then you shout help loudly.
I suppose there's always a chance you get stuck. You shout help loudly, seriously. That's it. Help. Help. But
what would you do if you get stuck? You get into a basement, right? You say you get a thing for keeping basement switch, a well known, right? You get in there yourself, you trip, you fall. What you gonna do? Shout help?
lift up my phone.
No, you've not got your phone. You're not allowed your phone.
That's
That's
too
easy.
Is this a no phone scenario?
Aye, that's too easy. Your wife going, hey, I'm stuck. Crawl. Right, okay.
I'd crawl back the way I came out, the way I came in. I suppose I would need to shout for help.
You would shout help.
Donator Castle. That's it.
That's a fellow. But no, I love old abandoned basements. Just going down and sitting there myself. So, you know, makes you sound like I've no friends, doesn't it? Just go sit myself, you know. But I'd love to get you on an investigation and see, so you can see how we're no experts or sod all, but see how it's the war of the
practical help.
Do you watch a lot of these ghost shows?
Yeah, but I think they're a load of rubbish, are they? Not? Just for entertainment, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll watch them now and again. You ever get one of the nights where you just want to watch crap?
Yes.
So the other night I watched a film and it was total crap, but I sat and watched it. I can't remember what it was called, but it was one of the worst films I've ever seen. Bone Creeper. So I sat and I'm going to watch this, but it was absolute pants. You know what I mean? But you want to see how it turns out in the end. Kind of thing. So are you easily spooked?
I suppose so, aye, but I am a wee bit like, yeah. But I would still do it, you know. Actually, I don't know what I'd be like now. I've not done anything like that for a long time. When we used to go to the hospital, I was like, I was young. It was like, you know what I mean? So I don't know what I'd be like now.
So when you were young, you either had that fear or no fear.
Yeah. I used to go with like a group of friends and whatever, you know.
When you first go investigate, you know, your first ever investigation, you're kind of you can't help but think about all the ghost shows you've watched.
Yeah.
And you get in with that expectation.
Yeah.
That, you know, headstones are going to start flying about and
they will start launching themselves at you. Yeah.
And it's just nothing like that at all.
Absolutely nothing like it. Like 99% of paranormal investigation is sitting doing nothing and the freezing cold. Yeah, absolutely. Not going to lie about it. It's like that, isn't it?
Aye,
it really is.
You know, you still some people say, "Oh, that was boring," but at the end of the night, you know, you might have been in a place for 3 or 4 hours, for instance, and you know, you might have got no activity whatsoever, but you still had a good night because you're out doing what you love basically, and you're with your team, with your friends, whoever, and you've had a bit of a laugh, you know, and so you get home empty-handed, but you get all these folk on TikTok, we won't mention names, but
No,
you know,
no, let's not do that.
as soon as they start investigating, bang, something happens. You know.
Right, okay.
There's a shadow, there's a demon. There's a
Others, you know, I just saw a woman run behind that headstone.
I think
You
it would be a good experience.
That's a good
It
experience
is.
when you get a good capture.
Mhm.
You get a kind of wee, how do you put it, a wee kind of buzz.
Right,
Yeah.
when you can't holy grails thing and you cannot, for the life of you, understand how you can see that or how you heard that or how that came about, and you actually question your own mentality. You start
Aye.
questioning if you really do. Like, am I seeing things? Am I hearing things? Did I actually see that? And then you kind of turn to the next person and you say, did you see this? Did you see that? And everybody goes, well, yeah, we saw it. And we all kind of be lying, you know.
No.
And it's the same when you're using, like, I use my phone quite a lot. I use a recorder in my phone, like I told you, to catch EVPs. And the amount of times and the amount of EVPs that I've caught on my phone that collaborated with what happened that night, I find quite astounding, because then I can look back and say, well, I was there that night. You know, it's on live, because usually we do it live for investigating. I was there that night. I never heard that. But when you're playing back an EVP and you can collaborate that to that particular question, and you've then got an answer by spirit, it's like, I'm not going mad. Validation, which we've had numerous times.
We've had quite a few times. Or when you get this happened to Craig and I, we were doing a local kirkyard one night. So when you get a noise that doesn't fit in with your surroundings where you are, you know, Craig and I were at Loudon Kirk one night and we heard, I can only describe it as a metal clang, basically. But Loudon Kirk sits in the middle of nowhere, literally in the middle of nowhere. And Craig and I, we had a look about, and it's just all grass, trees, bushes. There's nothing metal there at all. And we could not find anything that made that noise.
God.
So we don't say it's paranormal. You know, a lot of teams out, we go the same, we're the same as them. We'll never state it's paranormal. We'll just say we can't explain it. Normally it's 2 or 3 years freezing your. He used the word ass. I mean, in a damp that place for very little, but no, he's right. It is. I'm going to see him be using the word ass.
I'll see him first. So
you give him a slap.
With pleasure. I mean, I'm tiny, like 5'4". My husband's 6'6". But yeah, no problem. No problem. I was thinking more along the lines of the one we did at Loudon Kirk, and we asked about the sheep, and then I get the EVP. Remember saying the colour of the sheep.
There's a farm near the Kirk, and the Kirk and the farm are connected. There's a connection to them, and we've been up at the farm quite a few times. But at the back of the farm, there's a kind of circular wall. The farm dates back to the 1700s.
Wow.
And there's an old circular wall at the back. So one night the Kirk asked them, you know, can you tell me what was behind the wall up at the farm? And it came back, sheep. I said, well, what? There's black and there's white sheep up at the farm. And I said, can you tell me what colour the sheep were? And it came back clear as day, brown, didn't it?
Brown, not brown, brown.
Brown. Oh my God, what? That's crazy.
Oh, it gets even crazier.
So a wee while later, I says, well, I'm sorry, I've forgotten what you told me. Can you tell me what colour the sheep were? And it came back again, brown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's when you get stuff like that. I mean, you know.
But then Rue validated that.
Aye, about a week later, I got a text of the people that own the farm, and he says, "Listen, you're not going to believe this, but there's brown sheep up here." He says, "I don't know how long they've been living there." He says, "In all the years we've been living here, we've never ever had any brown sheep." He says, "Well, we've got brown sheep up here now." Well, you know, you can put it down to coincidence, maybe, you know. But it's just when they mail me and say, we've never ever had brown sheep, but they're up here now.
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's a bit a strange one. It's the odd lot of connections that suddenly come through, especially with witnessed by others in a group. I, Lloyd and Kirk Klein, I swore I was going mad, which I the two of us heard at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for my full mouth. I shall bleep So you should, young man. So you should. But no, but I think you will.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to encourage you to all come out,
No.
but I think you will enjoy it. You know, you might get spooked now and again.
We all do. Like I'm the biggest scaredy cat, honestly. Me and Scott's were terrible, right? We should not be paranormal. Shut up, I can see you. Anyway, but there is things. See, I'm actually deaf. I went to a hearing aid. That's why I've got my hair down. But in certain situations, like I could be walking through, like I was walking through a graveyard. Was it Stair? It was in Stair, wasn't it? I'm sure it was Stair.
Mm-hmm.
It's like in the middle of nowhere. There's like nothing there. There's like 2 houses and maybe the graveyard, but they're doing up a restaurant there as well. But as I was walking through the graveyard, there was like everybody else was in front of me, and I was like maybe 5 minutes behind everybody, and I'm just casually strolling through, and I hear this little girl's voice going, "Hello." Turns out, you know, like, what? And there's nobody there. And you're like, yeah, you're losing it, Laura. You're losing it. And the second time that happened was actually at Loudon, Kirkyard. And I was walking round by the crypt area with a friend, and I heard, "Hello again." I was like,
oh my God.
so sometimes even, because the hearing aids are like designed for the frequency that I should be able to hear, I can't keep it all. And it picks up these weird and wonderful voices at times, and I'm like, I can't explain that. And you think to yourself, am I going mad? And that's the other explanation you've got is, can spirit communicate with you by saying hello? Because it's at a different frequency to what the human level should be.
Aye. And the fact it was hello again, you know?
Yeah, oh, again, I was like,
oh my God, what? That's crazy.
I'll just talk away, you know.
It's good when it happens because you get, you see, it does become addictive. Once you do one investigation, you go, I want to go back out, you know. And if you're lucky enough on your first investigation to get, you know, a good capture or hear something, whatever, then you think, right, I want to hear something else, you know, I want to see something else, show me something else, come on, kind of thing. But it can take, you know, it takes a lot of patience, and it can take months and months before, because at the end of the day, I always say, you know, you can have a spirit sitting beside you, but if they don't want to talk to you, then you're getting nothing.
Aye.
You know, it's doing to whether spirit wants to talk to you, but as long as we're saying that, we lassie said hello. And if you hear it yourself, then you can kind of think, well, did I hear it? Did I not hear it? You do kind of doubt yourself a lot. But one time we were at Spig at this location in Glasgow, and there must have been about 10 years in this building, and we all came out as one of the gym halls in a corridor, and everybody at the same time, there was a wee girl says hello. Hello. Everybody stopped at the exact same time and just turned round.
Yeah.
And we started, what did you hear? So I heard a wee girl say hello. And, you know, so when you get about 10 people that hear the exact same thing and they stop. Because everybody, you can fake,
Yeah.
you know, being surprised.
Oh.
But if somebody's genuinely surprised, you know yourself, you see it in their face, you see it in their eyes, kind of thing. We all just kind of stopped and looked at each other, and I heard a wee lassie say hello, that's, you know. So I mean, it's stuff like that. That's how I love it. That's how we love it. You know, because you just don't know what's going to happen. So you can go some nights activity, out other nights, and you don't even get a flash of a cat ball or whatever. But the thing I like to ask you about your tarot, I've watched a lot of tarot readers on TikTok. Right, some are just cabbages.
Right.
Basically, Laura's got a phobia. I don't know if I told you this last year. Laura's got a phobia about cabbages.
Oh, I remember that from last time. Yeah.
She's a phobia lady. And I've watched a few arguments with folk with tarot. And, you know, they'll say, tarot cards have got nothing to do with spirit. It's just pure luck. Now, I don't know a lot about tarot, you know, so, you know, I'm not going to start sitting and saying it's A, B, and C. I can't give an opinion because, to be honest, there's too many people that give opinions and stuff they do diddly squat about.
Yeah.
Well, I believe if you don't know enough about something, then just don't give an opinion. But they'll say, it's no spirit, it's just your luck. No, it's not just your luck, it's just whatever card that person decides to
pull out,
take out, you know. It's all a big con, what have you. When you're doing your tarots, how do you know? Say you sit and shuffle them.
Yes.
That sounds so stupid, but you know. How do you know when to stop?
When a card comes out, as soon as a card comes out, when it flies out.
Right.
That's when I know, you know.
So what happens?
The card. It's like chose them, and it feels to me like that's the right card, you know. I go on a lot of how I'm feeling, you know, as well.
Do you ever give yourself readings?
Yeah. That's how I kind of started. Me and my cousin Hadley, that's how I started. We were just doing it, giving ourselves readings, and it was resonating. And we were like, oh my God, no way. And then we just started doing it on live, and then it just took it from there.
And you're built up, you're built up and built, and you're still growing.
Yeah,
you know I mean,
I'm still learning, you know, but it's interesting. It is really interesting, and a lot of people are like, they say they're spooked by it, and they can't believe how spot on I am and stuff. I get a lot of positive feedback, you know.
But I mean, we spoke in the last show that, you know, you started out, you weren't sure how it was going to go, but you went for it anyway, and you're getting bigger and bigger, basically. You know, and you know you're really gaining ground on what you're doing. It's changed everything. I'm not going to get any detail, but it's changed a lot of things in your life. And do you think that's when I see the other room with people saying, "Oh no, spirit's got nothing to do with it," blah blah blah. Do you think that's maybe spirit's way of helping you as well?
I would say so, yeah. I would say so. They're given like guidance in that, definitely, you know, because like I don't have much like guidance out in the real world for like people, if you know what I mean. But like, yeah, I definitely think it is somebody in particular, you know.
Yeah, any idea who?
Paul, I think.
I mean, just thinking about Paul the last thing. You know, I think you're right, because you know I think Paul's maybe been sitting back and thinking, you know, and thought, right, you know, you've chose to come away from A, you're now going to B, so now I can help you.
Yep. And like the other day, I don't know if I told you, I gave myself a reading, and the angel card was, you'll find feathers when you're on the right path. Did I tell you this? And then I went for a walk and went one way I didn't normally go, found heaps of feathers, but it didn't feel like it was resonated, you know, it just was like, that can't be it. So I kept going, and I found this really beautiful feather, And then I just kept going, and something said, go this way. And I went away. I didn't normally go. And something said, look at the car. Something said, look at the bench. And on the bench, it says, fit like men. And Paul always used to say that. And then I went another way. And then something said, look at the car number plates. And one of them was Ray. That's one of my friends that passed away. But the other one was Feb 06. And that's Paul's birthday. You know, so like, I don't know. I just think that was signs. I'm taking that as a sign anyway, you know.
No, because I mean, you can see one's a coincidence, but you get 2 or 3 different things.
All on the same day, you know. And that angel card that I got was that morning, you know. So
I think we get 2 or 3 things in succession on the same day, you need to stop and think, right, well,
that's no coincidence. That's
you know, because I would never normally look at a bench and see what's on the bench, you know. But written on it was fit like men, you know. And Paul always used to say that.
Strange. It's certainly not something I would do, you know.
Exactly, you know, and it's a way that I wouldn't normally go as well, and see it, especially when I saw the cars and the number plate. Like, I don't normally go about looking at cars' number plates and stuff, you know.
You might find when you start investigating that he might come through even more
clearer. Yeah.
Did I see the last time you were on to use the voice recorder on your phone?
Right, I suggested that.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing that. I was going to do it with Hadley as well, but I've not seen her yet because we want to try and speak to her mum, you know, because her mum's passed away. So we thought maybe if there's 2 of us doing it, you know.
Yeah, just be yourselves and just let your recorder run and just have a normal conversation between you both.
Yeah.
And you won't hear it at the time at all. And when you finish your conversation, whether it's like 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, just stop it and then go back to it and just press play. And honestly, you'll be amazed at what you pick up.
So just have like a normal conversation?
Yeah, like we are just now.
Yeah, okay.
That actually helps spirit more, rather than just sitting asking like, how are you? Are you here? Rather than the monotone questions that they're probably end up getting asked.
Right, okay.
Sorry, my nose ring is tickling my nose. If you're just sitting having a conversation with, say, your cousin about, say, Paul and what you've just said about going the way, the registration, the feathers, your colours, Paul's likely to come in at that point and say something that only you will recognise, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It seems to be a more kind of relaxed stance that you're at, that they seem to draw more energy and seem to interact better. Do you not feel that?
Not Laura's totally bang. Just be normal, and it can be, you know, as well as saying about the cars and that. You can also, even, you know, maybe Hadley's mum or Paul had a favourite TV programme, for instance. You know, you sit and watch the telly, and you have to say, look, right, Mum, I'm watching this. You know, I know this used to be your favourite, but I think it's a load of rubbish. You know, just whatever. You know, if a mum or Paul sitting next to you on the couch and say, right, I'm watching EastEnders tonight and X is seeing O and blah, blah, blah. Would you think, Mum, do you think that's right? And then play the thing back.
Right,
because
okay.
My belief is that spirit just wants you to know that they're still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you get all these teams that go out, and as we're saying out that, you know, it's demonic, there's a negative spirit here. Bollocks.
I think that's a lot of rubbish.
It's crap.
Spirit everything's demonic these days.
I've never met a demonic spirit in this.
It's people you've got to worry about, no spirits.
Right, exactly. Grumpy spirits, yes. Spirits, yes. I'd even, no, never.
You're going to get spirits. I mean, Sarah's been told to, I don't know if you've been told to, but Sarah's been told to F off, and she's been called an F and C, and, you know, stuff like that.
Two-faced bitch.
Two-faced bitch as well. you know, an investigation, but it's nothing negative. You know yourself, man, no doubt you've met people that in life that they're just not a people person.
Yeah.
You know, like their own company, their own bubble. And well, when they pass over, now I'm not saying this is fact, this is just what I believe. You know, I might be totally wrong, but when they pass over, they might still not be a people person.
Exactly, you know.
They just want left alone. So I didn't like you people's life. I don't like yous now.
Yeah.
Basically, nothing. I mean, you get spirits that like a laugh as well.
Oh, aye.
You know, you can have a laugh and joke. Laura got a bum felt one night, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
We couldn't drag her out the place after it. So I'm sitting here. I'm not. What was the noise you made?
Right, sign me up.
A butt, you know what I mean? And I was like, we take it back about 5 or 6 in the morning and tell you, right, you need to come up the road.
And it's things like that you can't explain because
Yeah.
you know, you're sitting on this chair, you've got some. I think you were filming it as a live. Sarah was probably using the necro or the spirit talker at that point. I'm sitting on the chair, and you know where everybody's hands are, and all of us feel this greed, and it's as real to me as been doing it. And you know, physically, you're like, okay, who's touching me?
Oh my God.
This all happens within a split second, and then your brain goes, oh, this can't be real, and you actually scream so loud. You know, it's spirit, but you know you shouldn't be feeling it. It's really strange.
It was you loved it. Just be honest, well, you loved it. You were back every weekend, even when we weren't there. You were back doing a wee camping chair. I mean,
you were there during the week. What are you talking about?
I know, 4 hours I sat there for not one grab. I was like, what's up with my butt? It was 4 hours. You come, I'm in the dentist, honest.
Do that.
I'm going to, even Natasha, I'm going to try the recording thing, very interesting. We've had loads of EVPs picked up with just you. And this is what Barry was saying the other night. He calls himself the Victorian ghost hunter. Now he's the same kind of frame of mind as me. We believe Barry thinks, just be basic, where you don't go and spend hundreds of pounds on different gadgets and all the rest of it. Because spirit doesn't.
No.
They don't care what you've got.
No.
And let's face it, you know yourself, Mahlana, phones these days, they do everything.
Yeah.
Squeeze your butt.
Well.
I mean, and the amount of, sorry to disappoint you, dear. The amount of EVPs we picked up just by using a phone.
Brilliant.
I mean, we done the train station here one time, 3 or 4, and in one of the rooms we felt there was a wee girl, running about, whatever, but we felt there was someone, over in a corner behind us, and we says to the wee girl, have you got a mum? Where's your mum? And we got a clear EVP saying, she's behind you. And then we got another one saying, I'm in the corner. And so, it's when you get stuff like that, and just be using a simple phone. But I would definitely recommend just put your phone in record and just forget it's there.
Yeah. Just forget it's there.
Let it run for 15 minutes, whatever, and just you and Hadley just talk away as normal.
Right, is this as well though? See, when if you do that using your recorder, you will find that actually it's quite difficult to pick up EVP sometimes, and the best way to do that is to use headphones. Okay,
Okay.
so if you're listening back, use the headphones. It amplifies it a lot better. However, if you're still having problems, feel free to send to me or Scott, and we'll happily listen to it for you and get back to you. No problem at all.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Right, it's investigating is so. There's a lot of people there that'll do. I mean, as I say, we're no experts.
No.
Nobody's an expert. You do your own thing. I mean, you start investigating, Mahlana, you'll find your own path.
Sorry, a minute.
She's having a moment.
Sorry, I was listening to before we were on.
You what?
What you were making me listen to before they came on. There is no expert. Well, whatever there is. What you were listening to before we came on, you said
That's totally different.
Aye, but there's no expert. Aye, there is an expert. Anyway, get on with it.
Anyway, what I mean, there's no. What she's referring to. In Edinburgh, there's a company called City of the Dead Tours, and it's run by a guy called Jamie Christophin. We've done a lot with him. Doing through the years in Edinburgh, he's run quite a few shows. He's an expert. He's the world's leading expert on the Mackenzie Poltergeist story, the Covenanters prison, the Black Mausoleum, anything to do with Edinburgh Old Town. Jamie's
an expert.
I was meaning there's no expert paranormal wise.
Okay, fair enough.
It's two totally different things. Well, it's as but it's no.
You know the way my brain goes.
You made me totally forget what I was saying.
It's a surprise.
Aye. No.
I'm going to get shot.
What was I saying?
I have no idea. I just tune out.
You just boom, it's just gone because you decide to lead. I was going to say something else. But
Right, no, there's no leading expert in the paranormal. It's all that people can have more experience, but there's nobody better than anybody else. Nobody can tell you this is the right or the wrong way. It's kind of that.
Aye, there isn't a right or wrong way to do it. You do whatever you feel. You know, and I don't know if you said this in the last show, no, but you might come up with some ideas that you think are totally goofy. You know, or funny what. But I just go and try them if it's in your head, because sometimes I think the spirit puts the ideas into your head.
Yeah.
You know, if you've done a few investigations and you're maybe not getting anywhere, I believe sometimes spirit will come along and just give you a wee nudge.
Yeah.
You know, pop a wee idea, and it's their kind of way of saying, right, well, if you try this, I'll be able to speak to you, communicate. You know, so if you do, you know, but you're going to get people that are going to say, oh, do this, do that, you know, we've been doing this for X amount of years and we're best, and that's all bollocks. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to us.
No, it's true. Don't. You only find these things out if you do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's good to have a group with the same interests, absolutely. But even we have different opinions about a lot of things in the paranormal. Still, you know.
I mean, there's a difference. I'm saying don't listen to us. What I mean is you're going to get people who will tell you what to do. But then you're going to get people who recommend. Does that make sense?
There's a difference, you know.
Yeah.
You know, somebody saying, right, don't put your K2 meter there, put it up there. But then you get somebody saying, well, you know, you're putting it there, maybe try putting it somewhere else. They might recommend it.
Yeah.
Because that's. So they're no shoving their views down your throat, basically.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've been doing this for nearly 6 years, and we're still learning.
Still get it out a lot.
I was still a lot of Brian, you know, and a lot of the stuff that we think we hear, you can put it down to, you know, debunking it.
I like music for the Kirk. We had music from the Kirk, and it took weeks to work out where this music was coming from. Turns out there's actually an Airbnb right next to the Kirk that we didn't know about, and that's where the music was coming from.
But it's
Okay.
by a load of trees, so you can't actually see it.
No, but
So this was puzzling us. Is that spirit or what? You know, and it turned out it's a B&B.
yeah.
Um,
Oh,
But we watched other teams going to the Kirk, and it sounds funny, but after we realised there was a B&B there, we started to notice lights coming through the trees.
yeah.
And it's the lights for the B&B. But we've watched teams on YouTube and stuff, TikTok, that have been in there and say, oh, that's spirit lights floating about in the trees.
It's not.
And you're sitting there shouting.
It's the lights from
You're
the
shouting.
B&B.
It's a B&B, you know. That's spirit lights. See, the spirit lights are floating about in the trees. I can feel them watching us. And if we can get these cabbages and mediums going, and so, you know, that spirit light, that's their watch. I can feel them. I can feel their presence, you know. And they died a horrible death.
Aye.
Oh God.
Aye.
You know,
That was something. Oh.
drowned in a bath. And were set on fire. And their soul was.
Or you get the ones who portray themselves mediums, right? Just
Yeah.
like this. And they tell you something like, and they're telling you about, oh, I can sense this man. His name's, what was his name? John Robertson. He died in 1790. He was married to Elizabeth Robertson, and they had 2 children, Annie and Mary Robertson, who died. Da, 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 da. And then you and your team go up the next day and you realise that this medium was actually reading out from a gravestone right beside her. True story.
Oh my God.
Seriously, that's how bad it can get.
Oh, yeah, it gets really bad. That is a true story. It's happened more than once. There was another time we were watching a team, and it was a young lassie who, you know, she went to bed on a Sunday and woke up on the Monday and she was a medium.
Yes.
Either something happened overnight, I don't know. But she woke up the next day and I'm a medium.
Aye.
You know, she was at the Kirk and she was saying about this guy's name and that he was a Covenanter. And he died in 1760, whatever kind of thing. And so we were at the Kirk a couple of weeks later, and I was standing in the same spot as she'd been standing. And I turned round to my right, and there's I don't know if you get them up in Aberdeen, actually. You get them down here, you get headstones stuck to walls.
Aye.
You seen them? Well, there was one of these on the wall. And I turned around, I was looking at it, and I'm thinking, then I started, so-and-so, Covenanter, 17. She was reading half that headstone.
Oh my God. What?
And people fall for this. You know, that sad part of it, because they portray themselves as mediums. Who's going to question that? Who's going to question? Because she's seeing this or she's feeling this. So a person watching that wouldn't think, hold on a minute, she's at it.
Yeah.
Isn't actually in that situation. You start questioning things and looking for things that you think, hold on a minute. She was reading that.
Is there not a big cemetery in Aberdeen?
Yeah.
I can't remember where it is, but I always remember passing a big. Whereabouts is it?
It's just beside the Langstracht, the crematorium.
I always remember passing that.
You get Hazelhead.
Do you ever take wanders round there?
Yeah. No, not at night, no, but yeah. I'm going down to the phone. Okay. I need somebody to come with me.
Hazelhead.
Yeah.
There's a,
Nice.
I'm punting another channel here on TikTok, but there's they're called Bradford Through the Lens. I discovered them. You might find this interesting. Or anybody watching might. You see, we say the graveyards. Everybody goes into graveyards and will wander about and look at the headstones and read the stories and stuff. Because some, yourself, some headstones do tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
But I found this company on TikTok a few days ago, and they maintain graveyards, old graveyards.
Okay.
And I was watching some of their videos, and I'm trying to get them on the show actually because I think it's fascinating. There were doing one grave, and the guys were that there were 15 people in this grave, but down through the centuries, the bodies decomposed, the coffins rot away, and the ground had all collapsed in.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were showing you how they go about repairing,
Okay.
this bit of land. And I thought, some people might find it boring, but I thought, well, we use we're always in graveyards, and I don't think anybody ever wonders about, what goes into maintaining them.
That's actually quite interesting, actually.
I agree.
And some people might say I'm talking a load of bollocks, but it's something I didn't click on the other night. I thought, I've never actually sat and thought about who maintains these places.
Mm-hmm.
And the ground collapses in and stuff, and it's sure they're repairing old headstones, and I found it really, really fascinating. And it's stuff like that. So see, we're learning every day, but I think that's an important part as well.
Yeah.
How these things are actually, people go about these kind of things. But I might just be waffling. Am I waffling?
No.
I'm used to you. I don't know.
I do waffle quite a bit.
You just talk. No, you just talk. I just get used to you.
I do tend to waffle on quite a wee bit. I find that kind of thing extremely interesting. It's very true. I'll be down the rabbit hole tonight now.
Yeah.
Through the lens. But no, I see, I found it, I'd never ever thought it, and then I just happened by pure chance to see one of their videos, and I kept watching it, and then I went on to their, what do you call it, TikTok channel? That channel you have in TikTok?
Profile?
Page.
I don't know.
And I started looking through it. But if you want to go graveyard walking, and when we're up, certainly go at night time. You better go in at night time.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. I would. That'd be ace.
It's because a lot of people. I mean, we investigate during the day as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people out there that say, "Oh no, you can only investigate at night." And say bollocks, no, you can't, because spirit doesn't. They don't do night shift.
I know. They're around all the time.
Yeah.
You don't get a spirit saying, right, well, I started 10 and I'm a 10 till 6 this week, so I mean, we've had some interesting results even during the day.
Fabulous results.
You what?
Fabulous, like perfume. Smell of perfume, the smell of paint.
Mm-hmm.
The wee boy, wee boy that was playing hide and seek there.
Aye, with a wee boy playing hiding. How can you explain?
It's very difficult to explain.
It's hard to explain.
Right. We were in this graveyard, middle of nowhere, and Scott was wandering about, and we were using a cat ball, and it kept lighting up, and so we were asking questions. Yeah, we were asking questions through the necrophonic, saying, do you want Scott to go straight? And if you do, make the cat ball light up, and then the cat ball would light up. So Scott knew to go straight.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cat ball would ask again, like, where are you? Scott can't see you. And do you want Scott to go left? And we'd get no reaction. It would be like, do you want Scott to go right? And then it would light up. So Scott knew to go right, and it was literally like a game. He was
Oh my
playing
God.
Holy Spirit. It was absolutely amazing to see.
It was
It
really,
was.
and we think it was a child.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
We're just presuming it was a child, you know.
I mean, you can assume or presume, you know, it's a child, but you don't, it could have been a grown up, and it could have been their way
Mhm.
of, you know, letting us know they were there. But it was quite a weird one.
That was a weird thing, and you couldn't believe it unless you were actually there, you know,
Mhm.
experiencing it, and it's, you just kind of put it all together and think, that's a bit strange, but yeah, it does happen.
I mean, there's loads of different things you can do. I've tried racing a spirit before. I was at Loudon. I was convinced there's a little girl there, and I put a cat ball a certain distance away, and I says, right, listen, I'm going to give you a race. If you can go and touch that cat ball before me, then you know you win, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll count to 3, and then I probably looked a right pillock. You know what I mean? I'll count to 3, and then when I say 3, you start running, and I'll start running, and we'll see who's faster. I bet I'm faster. But it didn't work, didn't it? No. I tried it 2 or 3 times.
But it's a good idea. I mean, you just think there's no right, there's no wrong. It doesn't matter if you look silly or not. Who's going to see you? Really?
Exactly.
But because it doesn't work once, it doesn't mean to say it's never going to work.
Yeah.
We could try it 100 times, and the 101th time, it might work.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the point I'm trying to make is you watch all these theatre, and they disrespect them. The odd day the rain thing, but sometimes when investigating, you just need to be daft.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We can't stay serious for more than 10 minutes, and that is the honest truth. I mean, especially when me and Sarah get together, honestly, we're absolutely awful.
They are professionalism whatsoever, anywhere at all. It goes right without it's left in the car or something like that. I don't know what they do with it, but it's with children, Mahlana, to be honest with you. We're dealing with a bunch of children, and they're the living.
But,
you know what I mean?
But in saying that, while me and Sarah have been just reminiscing or giggling or just being us, we've actually got some of our best evidence. So it goes to show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they appreciate a good laugh and a joke. They want to be part of it, you know.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds ace.
It is, honestly. You need to experience it yourself, but everybody has different experiences. But it'll be fun. If I can do it, you can do it. But get a pants on.
Yeah.
Do you talk about pants?
Big girl pants.
I've hated that word since I was a wean. Pants. I mean, my mum used to say it to me.
Okay, big girl knickers. Sorry.
Right, Scott. You know, my mum used to say to me, right, I've left your clothes and your pants and that on your bed. She said, Mum, I'm 37, for God's sake, calm down. But she used to say, right, you know, put your pants and that on. You laughing at? Did I say I'm 37?
37, aye. At the rest.
Well, but I mean, what I'm trying to investigate, you see these teams, you need disrespect, but you see them and they're all serious and stuff, you know, and you just want to go to your own funeral watching them, basically. You want to just dig a hole in the ground and bury yourself.
Yeah.
But, you know, investigating with us is never, it's not boring.
That's because he always wanders off.
Aye, he's right.
And we always wonder where the hell he is. Sorry, but he's like a child.
Is he going to do his own thing?
Aye, he goes away and does his own crazy thing. He's don't go down the stairs, don't go to the basement, you'll fall. Don't go there. What's the place? It's the basement.
He's like 7 foot.
He's 7'6". He's
Seven-
he's 6'7".
6
He's
foot
6'6". You know,
another way.
he's not the easiest person to miss, you know, but oh wow.
He's like a big creeping Jesus. None of that,
Yeah.
you're just turning and it'll be stoned at your shoulder. But no, what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of teams there in the gun. And when we would do seriously, and we always do it with respect.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
we prefer the light-hearted approach to investigating. And I think you would as well, going by your singing into remotes and hairbrushes and stuff. You know.
I don't know how tarot would fit in with investigating though. That could be. I don't know either. I was wondering.
Never tell them not to do something. I don't know how tarot would fit in.
There must be a way. I mean, I was just thinking, is it?
There you go, Mahlana. There's a question
could
for
it
you.
Could it
You're
be
the
possible?
tarot lady. How would?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. You could pull see if a card comes out and then ask them if it's resonating with them. You know.
No, that's.
You know, might work.
How to tie in what you do with what we do, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I guess one way of doing it. What if you did it after the investigation?
Aye.
And then see what happened then, and then I could look back on the EVPs and see if we can get any collaboration.
I'm not wanting to throw a damp floor. It's a good idea, but I'm not wanting to throw a damp towel on it. But see, as I say there on, I don't know sod all about tarot.
No.
But would spirit no see that as something evil, maybe?
No,
I don't know. You might
think
know.
so.
I'm just.
No.
I don't think so.
Evil.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know diddly squat with tarot. I'm just asking. If they didn't, that's fine.
I think
I don't
we
think
would.
so.
I don't think so either.
Because sometimes they'll give you messages like, you know, I think do your tarot and that, your angel cards, you know, and stuff like that, you know.
And
I don't think they think it's evil. They would think it's evil at all. Not at all, no.
I think if you explain what you were doing as well,
Yeah.
There wouldn't be any difference between that and, say, using the spirit box, for example. It's the same thing.
I'm not saying it is evil. I'm not. I'm saying is if you maybe get a spirit for, I don't know, 1500s, for instance, and you know you bring the tarot cards.
Right. So
would they maybe mistake them?
That's a possibility. I can see for you that taking that from a religious perspective, and if we go back to that day, and they would see that, could they see that as sorcery and they'll kill, which was obviously not a good thing. And a religious aspect, and going by those times, people were very religious. However, again, saying that, if you just explain what you're doing, and I respect, I don't see a problem with that at all.
No, there is no problem.
With the REM pods or the EMF or EVPs, or, you know, it's the same thing, in effect.
No, there isn't a problem if you explain,
I like that idea.
know.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
they
that's
do.
A good idea.
I don't know, A, B, and C's. What you know, they do this and that. Then, spirit would maybe take to it.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just one of these things that pop into your head.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. If you just explain to them what you're doing, you know.
Yeah, they usually.
Well, let the two of you work that out. You can nail each other and conflab about it. So see, they were on, I don't know enough about tarot cards to come up with any ideas about that side of things. Same as, you know, Ouija boards.
My daughter does it.
Cool.
She does it quite a bit. She's quite good as well. But she's very quiet and really practice as often as she should do.
Oh, okay.
She enjoys it as well.
It can be quite tiring, though.
Yeah. She got away from it for a wee while.
Yeah, you know, and I used to do quite a lot in a night, but I can't do as much now because it just gets exhausting, you know.
Mentally.
Yeah,
That's the
you know.
the same, but She's getting back into it now.
That's what I was going to ask you before we wind up about. You know, I watch these mediums and stuff like that. And they say, you know, oh, I've done a 1 hour session and I'm totally drained and stuff like that. I was going to ask, the tarot cards have the same effect on you, you know, if you're on live for an hour and a half, whatever.
Yes.
You come off, you kind of just sitting there with kind of.
Yes, definitely. But I've started to stop before I get to that stage because it takes the enjoyment out of it for me, you know, because I'm just totally shattered, you know.
Yeah. Wonder if that's the kind of same feeling as a
Paranormal hangover.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
totally
feel-
drained.
Yeah, like brain fog, like
Yeah.
yeah, it's like that because we get that a lot if you've been out in an investigation and the next day you kind of wake up and you think it's like you've had like 5 glasses of wine before you went to your bed. You kind of that foggy way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's like for us. I was just wondering if it was the
Yeah,
same
it's
kind of
like that. Yeah. Like, yeah.
yeah, because then that kind of collaborates the fact that spirit drawing energy not just from us but from Mahlana too, because they're obviously from Mahlana. So it's the same kind of thing, yeah.
You don't realise, I mean, you know, a lot of people think a paranormal hangover is a myth, you know, but
I've never even heard of it until just now.
That you never heard this?
No,
I don't know who gave the name,
I don't know.
but it doesn't happen to me all the time. You know, there's some days after an investigation, you wake up and you're just in the energy.
Aye.
You know,
Nice.
you don't the sicky feeling or anything like that.
No,
You
it's
do
just-
a kind of alcohol hangover, but you just kind of. I
Aye,
just
yeah.
get up anyway.
Yeah.
You know, and my theory on it is, now again, this is my theory, that when you're doing it, spirit needs energy to communicate, as we all know.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, and with whatever source they can. But when you're investigating, you're focused on the investigation, and you don't notice that spirit's actually taking your energy.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, and it's not to the next day you wake up, you're like, I'm totally knackered, you know.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, I would imagine.
But it
Yeah.
doesn't happen all the time. I've had a handful. I've been so tired and groggy day following investigation.
It's like you every day, Craig. You only sleep for like 3 hours.
Get in there, tell them. Come on, have a domestic. Go on. Have a domestic, because he can't answer you back. We don't need to put his comments up.
I
Go on.
just say that's him every day. You only sleep for like 3 hours a day.
Is that it?
That's it.
Crap.
I know, sorry. Sorry.
I love to see a good argument. I'm one of these people. Also, I grew up in Glasgow, and I don't know if you've been in Glasgow or Mahlana, but you know it's quite similar to like to Union Street, and I was going to say Argyle there. Why the hell was it? Argyle Street is quite similar to Union Street. That's what I was going to say.
Aye.
And there's been times, and I want to know if this has happened to you. I know it's probably happened to you, but you see a couple arguing, and you suddenly become an avid slow window shopper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you could be looking in a mountaineering shop or something, you know, a soap shop or something, you know, and checking out the latest fashions in Wellingtons or something, but you're like that.
Aye.
Oh yes.
And you always, if it's a good domestic, you can always pass them 2 or 3 times and they don't know it's, you know, so you can go 5, 10 feet ahead and then just circle back and you just, Come on, we've all done it. Come on.
Aye. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, I'm not going to lie.
You know.
You do it every day when I'm on the phone.
You know that. What's happening? What's happening? Is that a domestic?
You're having an argument. Can you tell me when you're going to have an argument with me? I'm so I can go and get a fag.
Go and light a fag and watch, you know.
But
Yeah,
excitement.
And then that's it. Domestic's over with. Sorry,
yeah.
you know, but it's pitiful, pitiful. But no, I mean, is there any questions you've got about the paranormal? No, that we're no experts, but is there anything that puzzles you or questions you've got that you've ever wanted to ask?
Like, what made you get into doing that in the first, like, going out in investigations? How did it come about?
No, ladies first. You fire under. You go.
For me, James. I was part of the team for a long time, but I wasn't part of the team.
Right.
I'm the one most of the 99% of the stories that you see going up on Paranormal History. It's me that writes them. So
Okay.
I'm known as the kind of secret writer type thing because I really didn't know too much.
Ghostwriter.
Oh, sorry, ghostwriter. I didn't know too much about it at that point. But the more that I researched and the more that I learned, and tying in with what I saw growing up as well, I kind of realised that there was something more kind of out there.
Yeah.
So Scott and Sarah asked me if I wanted to do an investigation. Just come out one night, and I did, and I've never looked back.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, cool.
anything and stuff. There's some stuff I can't explain. I'll never be able to explain. But yeah, it's in the blood, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's an itch, you know. You get that itchy. What about you?
I've always been into the paranormal since I was a teenager. You know, I started off with horror films, and I love to see people losing limbs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and in my kind of early 20s, I worked beside a guy whose uncle ran a spiritualist church in Glasgow, and he said to me one day, do you want to come along? And so I went along with him, and never get any messages or nothing, but I quite enjoyed going, so I started going every week, and then there was all different churches all dotted over Glasgow. The main big one is in Circuit Hall Street, so I started going there on a Sunday night, and just meeting people, talk to people about the paranormal and stuff. And I went to the thing that really swung me, and I try to cut this down, but it was a church in Shawlands. I'd never been to it. I knew of it, but I'd never ever went. And it was a Thursday night, and it started at 7, and it was back at 6 o'clock, and I was in the house, and something was telling me, go to the church, go to this church. So I just got up and I went, and nobody knew me. I didn't know anybody. I just sat there myself, and the medium came on. She must have been in the kind of late 50s, and she came straight to me. She said, I want to talk to the guy with the black jacket and the glasses. But it was one of the moments, you want picked, but you don't want picked.
Right, okay.
And she said, I want to come. And so I'm sitting and I'm looking about, and she says, the guy with the man with the dark glasses and the dark jacket, and I'm like, what's she talking about? She says, gentleman that's, I remember it word for word. She said, the gentleman that's turning around looking, and I'm like that. And then I realised she meant, and she says, you've got a daughter in the spirit world called Donna, and she's been sitting on your knees since she came in. Now, I lost her daughter in 1992, so that's just some news after it. Nobody knew about it. And see, nobody knew me in this church. So she's been sitting on your knees since she came in, and I've got a D tattooed on my hand for Donna. And then she's I've got a girl here. Her name, it begins with an A. Her name's Alison, and she didn't pass over here. She passed over, and I know she passed over in America, and it was a car crash, and it was to do with her breathing. Well, I used to get with a girl called Alison, and her mum and dad split up. Her dad went to America, and her mum stayed here. But Alison moved to America, lived with her dad, and she was asthmatic, and she took asthma attack one night driving home from work, and she crashed and she was killed outright. And the woman wants you to know that she's watching over you.
Oh.
And she told me about my grandma, a wee habit my grandma had that nobody, my grandma had been gone for years, that nobody in this world knew except me, in my direct family who I never ever saw anyway. And she tells you my dad doing a tea as well. So that really got me hooked. And then it was during COVID, we'd met some people and people would say, why don't you start up your own group, your own team? Sarah and I had never done it before. So Sarah likes the history side of things and I was kind of like the paranormal, hence the title of the group.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest, we thought we would just maybe last about a month. And 6 years later, we're still here. So that's what got me into it. I'm going back, that was what, the early, mid 90s or something. That I went to the spiritual churches. So it kind of turned my head and as Laura says, it's like an itchy, it's I don't want to use the word addiction. You know what I mean?
It's like an itch. You scratched.
You just enjoyed it. So that's how we get into it. Yeah. And it's easy to start your own team.
Oh, aye.
Some people think that a team needs to be, 6 or 10 people and all the rest. It can be 2 or 3 people.
Yeah. So
if you've got pals in Aberdeen, obviously, your cousin and that girl, Natasha. With that, just say, do you want to start going out?
Yeah, you could do that. That's an easier way to do it.
And there's a name, just make up a name.
Right, and that's it.
That's how a lot of teams start out, just a couple of friends just going out and investigating, and they start up a Facebook, either sell a name, and we're like 5,500 members now, but it's took us a long time.
Yeah.
And it's no all about numbers. Don't get me wrong. It's good to see your followers going up. It's the same as in TikTok. You like to see, but that's no what it's about. It's about just going out and doing it, basically. If people like your stuff, people want to join your group or your channel, then that's fine. But it can take months to actually get your feet off the ground.
Yeah.
But I think you should look into doing that as well.
It could be interesting. Maybe not so much the paranormal, but you could look at if there's other people in your area that's into the tarot as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Things like that. Do you know what I mean?
But you'll be surprised at how many people are actually into the paranormal, but they won't come out and see it.
There you go.
Aberdeen
Afterlife.
That's actually no bad.
Bad for Craig to be fair.
That's not a bad wee. That's not a bad wee name. But it's surprising the amount of people that are into the paranormal, but they'll not come out and admit it because of the stigma that's attached.
Yeah.
People think it's weirdos, but it doesn't doing like that. You've had as a tarot reader. There's always going to be a stigma attached.
Everyone's always got an opinion and something to say, no matter what,
Exactly.
The amount of people I've met doing through the years that, they'll say, your daughter's right into it. She's 10 and she tells people in school, my mum and dad are and I'm a paranormal investigator. And people have come up to me in the school, mothers and stuff, you do the paranormal, don't you? Okay, so your daughter told us. And they'll say, I'm right into that. But, I don't know where to go or whatever. Maybe a few folk join your group. Just so there is a lot of people out there that are actually interested. And say, I don't know many teams in Aberdeen. It's got to sound bad, but what's he saying now? Should he not be in his bed now? Should he not be sleeping? I'm not stupid, mate. Look at though. Well, the jury's come out. I'm not going to part with that information. But see, I don't know a lot, and this is going to sound big-headed, but it's no meant to. I'm a Scottish ambassador in Scotland for Proud to be Paranormal, so I know a lot of people, and I'll say that to Sarah and to Laura. I don't remember teams in the Aberdeen area?
None that we're aware of. You should maybe start.
I mean, there's a few up north, there's a few, east
Aye,
and
but there's
west coast, down this end. Edinburgh and Fife way, where we Ayrshire, Glasgow, that kind of area, but up your sort of northeast.
Aye.
Maybe I'll just no advertising it or something like that.
Because I talk to a lot of people, I deal with a lot of different teams and what have you. I don't know, I think you're the only one I know for Aberdeen.
Aye.
So, I mean, we're not telling you to do it. It's just, as I say, it's just a suggestion. If you try to start up your own wee team.
Aye, that could be an interest.
I think you'd be surprised at how many people would thingy.
Yeah.
Reach out.
Come out the woodwork, basically, for want of a better word. I don't know if that's gave you food for thought or whatever. But Scott's too tiny. You really get a thing about his height, isn't he?
That is my husband looks. That's the scary thing.
Aye, it is. He's kind of like his double sort of thing, except for the tan. That picture there looks kind of tanned. Your husband doesn't. Be tanned by the time I get a hold of him. Trust me, I might be small. But I've got steps in the kitchen.
That belonged to me.
No, it did belong to you. As soon as you came in this house, that's it. Ownership's gone, I'm afraid.
To me.
As soon as they cross our carport, ownership's thingy. I've just noticed the time that I'm going to wind it up there, but I want to bring you back again. I've enjoyed our
I would love to come back on again. Definitely.
Because we didn't have a particular topic, but we managed to gab for an hour and 40 minutes.
Easy.
Imagine that.
But I've said this many a time. I think that's a good thing. I've done some and you need, I'd be quicker grown hair than you get an answer out a guest.
I like pulling teeth a wee bit.
Well, I was saying.
I can see your ears here.
Stop the touch. Husband's watching, for God's sake, be here. There'll be another domestic. Waiting the comment coming up. She touched me. You put me off what I was saying. They give me the best kind of shows where you come on and you don't have a topic and you just talk nonsense for an hour and a half, whatever. Which is kind of like 90% of my shows anyway.
Well, this is
what I mean?
true. 90% of you already.
Exactly. I'll just agree with you. So we're going to wind up there, folks. So where can people find you, Mahlana?
TikTok.
Just TikTok.
That's basically, go over to her TikTok. She does her card readings every day, and she's always out and about somewhere, and she's always just checking in. You see, I do watch your videos. Hey there, I'm just checking in.
Yep. I don't even know how that came about.
I think that's that should be like a catchphrase. I'm just checking in.
Yeah.
Or when we snuff it, I'm just checking out. No, never mind. But I'll keep it on for a wee second after we come off though, if that's all right. So, a big thanks to Mahlana for coming on, and a big thanks to Shane here.
Pleasure, dear.
To Laura.
Pleasure, dear.
It's nice to meet you, Laura.
We're back on Sunday night with, and I need to swear, I'm afraid. We are back with 3 guys from New York called the Crazy Shit We Talk About podcasts.
This is going to be interesting.
And I've no idea how that show's going to go. I'm really looking forward to it because I spoke to the guy and they seem really down to earth and what have you. They're from New York. So I'm looking forward. I look forward to other shows, but this should be a kind of different kind of one.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? Enjoy. Thanks, wee man.
See you in a bit, Craig.
So enjoy the rest of your week, folks, and you'll be seeing this young lady again, and no doubt this young lady as well. And I'll see you on Sunday night. But go and check out Mahlana on TikTok. You won't not. Go and have a look at her page. Right, folks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.